Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we're going to continue talk about those assholes from the movie In the Company of Men from 1997. Now, I already know you did not watch this movie. I'm hoping you'll watch these videos and you'll go watch the movie, okay? It's a cheaply made movie. It only cost the guy like $250K to make this movie in 1997. Extremely low budget, okay? I think it was Aaron Eckhart's breakout role. He became a much bigger actor later on. He's still around today, okay? He's really like the only person that became famous that was in this movie. I think this was his first starring role, and he won a couple of awards for this. The movie is very original, okay? They don't make movies like this anymore, and I'm going to say this over and over again throughout this video series. They don't make them like this anymore. They actually really never made them like this. Okay, this movie deals with some very hardcore misogyny, some very hardcore chauvinism. Okay, a lot of sexism. This is basically a feminist wet dream. Okay, all the shit the feminist movement has been in power now for like 50 fucking years. Okay, you know, since the girls started burning bras and shit like that. At least this wave. Okay, and it never really went away. I mean, second wave feminists became third wave feminists, and it never really went away. It's always been there. Even when I was a little kid in the 80s, you know, I mean, every TV show I watched, everything from the Brady Bunch to Punky Brewster to Eight is Enough to Family Ties. I mean, everything we watched, Charles in Charge, okay, Mama's Family, okay, every fucking show that we watched as a kid had episodes that dealt with fucking sexism. And by sexism, I mean men or boys underestimating girls, okay? It was never the other way around, okay? It was always, you know, that, okay? Girl against a boy. Battle of sexes, the girl always won, okay? You ever wonder why Billie Jean King is a fucking, is a lesbo feminist, this fucking a role model right there? It's because of shit like that. No one ever talks about all the men that fucking defeated Billie Jean King before she had her match with the so-called tennis champion, okay? And it was her second time playing him. The first time she played him, she lost, okay? Yeah, they left that out of the movie, didn't they? Okay? The one time she beat a guy, oh, it's a big cultural revolution. Get the fuck out of here with that fucking noise. Oh my God. You know, if I were to play basketball against a girl, okay, you know, after maybe the 54th time of me defeating her, the 55th time she beats me, they're going to make a fucking movie out of that. They're going to sell the rights. They're going to cast fucking, what's her name? Anne Hathaway to play the girl. They're going to do all that fucking shit, okay? You see what I mean? That's the way it works in Hollywood, okay? It's the fucking narrative they want to feed you, all right? This movie, they don't make them like this, okay? Whenever you see men portrayed this way in a movie, the guy is always the sleazebag asshole, the irredeemable prick that you've seen in every fucking rom-com, okay? The asshole boyfriend, okay? The jerk at work, okay? The guy, you know, the guy's always making openly fucking sexist comment. I guess they don't have fucking HR in these fucking rom-coms and shit, you know? He's always making openly sexist remarks, all that kind of fucking shit, but he gets what's coming to him at the end, right? Don't they always? Of course, just like in real life, right? Right? No. I think everyone gets what's coming to them eventually, but it doesn't work out in a 3-act structure like it does in the movies. Okay? Well, in this movie, they basically take guys that women complain about all the time. Every time you hear women complain about men, they always complain about two different types of men. Number one, the fucking asshole, the alpha Chad, who just uses women, abuses women, ridicules them, cheats on them, you know, calls them ugly, calls them stupid, steals from them, manipulates them, lies to them, all that kind of shit, okay? And then you've got the beta male, cuck, okay? That's the guy that gets cheated on all the time. He has no fucking self-esteem. He's a fucking limp dick pussy boy, okay? He's one of those femboys that Hollywood is really promoting even today, man. Look out there right now. You got the Ezra Millers, the Timothy Chalamets, the Tom Hollands, okay, the what's his name, the Harry Styles, okay. These are the guys that Hollywood is promoting as the leading men of the future of this generation, okay. This is what they want men to grow up to be, like these guys, pussy boys. Okay, and those guys. I mean, even they'll do the talk shows. You gotta remember those talk shows and shit. All the fucking shit you see on social media. Whenever a celebrity says, "Oh my God, Timothy Chalamet is like crack for women," okay, they're getting paid to fucking say that. They have to say that shit because they work for the same publicist, they work for the same agent, they work for the same fucking studio. Okay, so they have to promote each other. It's like in the rules there. Okay, so they're of course gonna say shit like that. Now the teenage girls were like, god, he's so hot. Get the fuck out of here. That guy was working at a fucking McDonald's. You would not give two fucking shits about Timothy Chalamet. If that guy was fucking bagging your groceries at fucking at Walmart or some shit, you wouldn't give two fucking shits about Timothy Chalamet. Don't fucking tell me he's cracked for women, okay? He's a fucking pussy boy. And if he wasn't a fucking mega movie star, famous, successful movie star, you wouldn't give two shits about him, okay? I do admit he is attracted to women, but it's not because of his fucking looks, okay? He's a fucking pussy boy. And no normal guy would respect him. The reason women like him is because he's a fucking famous movie star. That's why they like him. He's very successful and he's hot right now. He might not be hot in 10 years, but right now he's hot, okay? The gay guys love him, okay? And the teeny bopper girls love him, okay? And women love him because he's rich and famous. That's it. That's all you need. It doesn't matter what you look like. You're rich and you're famous. There you go. That's all that fucking matters, right? Okay, that's what's crack for women, okay? Not what he looks like. We're men, we're different, okay? We're more about what you look like. That's important, okay? Because for us, a lot of what we see, a lot of what we feel for a woman, okay? A lot of what attracts to women is what they look like, okay? And also, what kind of person they are. I think the older, more mature we get, okay, the more we pay attention to what they look like on the inside. Not just on the outside, okay? When we're young, it's just the outside, okay? But many men better than me have dated lots of fucking drop-dead gorgeous women that were 10s that ended up being fucking ugly as fuck on the inside, okay? And they had to fucking pay the price for that, all right? So, just because a woman's pretty on the outside doesn't mean she's pretty on the inside. Okay, and I think as you get older, as men mature, I did. Okay, I started paying more attention to what was going on inside of a woman rather than just what she looks like. I still got to see a girl. I still got to be with a girl that I'm attracted to. I still have to be. She still got to be fucking good looking and take care of herself. Okay, because that shows me self-respect. It doesn't show me that she looks good. It also shows me that she takes care of herself. She doesn't let herself go. Okay, what she looks like is important to her. Okay, and that's important to me. Okay, but at the same time, also pay attention to what is she like, okay? And guys, don't listen to what a fucking woman tells you. Okay, women don't fucking know what the fuck they want. They're gonna tell you this fucking shit, okay? Look at what she does. Look at her history. Look at what she does. That tells you everything you need to know about what's going on in her head. Look at her habits. Look at what she does, okay? How does she treat her ex-boyfriends? How does she talk about her ex-boyfriends, okay? Does she have fucking 3 kids from fucking 4 different guys, okay? Is she in some super heavy fucking financial debt, or is she fucking, or is she financially stable? Like, these things will tell you what kind of person and what kind of values this woman has, okay? Don't just fucking listen to what she fucking says, okay? That's the best way you can determine what type of a person they are, okay? That's very, very important, especially if you're ready to settle down, okay? But now that I got that out of the way, okay, the point of this movie here is you've got these two guys on the opposite ends. You got the beta male cuck with no self-esteem that lets women walk on them. I mean, these guys are lucky if a woman will even look at them. And of course, the first girl that bats their eyelashes at him, he's gonna fucking fall in love with her. He's gonna fucking follow her around and shit, do whatever the fuck she wants, okay? And no woman can respect a guy like that, okay? If you've ever seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, you'll remember there was a scene where Ferris talked to the camera and he said, you cannot respect someone who kisses your ass. It just doesn't work that way. And that's true, okay? These are the ass kissers, okay? Unfortunately, I've known guys like this as well. I remember when I was in the Marines, we had the Marine Corps ball, and one of my friends there that was in the Marines, I was single at the time, but he was married. He got married before he went to boot camp. And then we had the Marine Corps ball, and that was the first time I got to meet his wife. And she's a gorgeous blonde girl, okay? Like I said, I've never seen her before. She's a gorgeous blonde girl. Oh my God, this tough fucking Marine turned into fucking a wet fucking noodle as soon as she walked in the room. Oh my fucking God, he was all over her. He was fucking making sure the other Marines didn't look at her too long. He's like, over here, my precious, my sweetheart, let me get that chair for you. What would you like to drink, my lovely one? I mean, he was just all fucking pussy boy simp. Okay, all the fucking way. He called his wife a sweetheart, darling, and shit. Okay, in front of all of us. Like, we were like, what the fuck? What kind of guy are you, okay? Simp. But of course she fucking cheated on him and then left him. Okay? How can you respect a guy like this? You can't. You can't. I'm not saying be a fucking asshole to women. No, but you gotta have boundaries. You can't just fucking give up who you are because you think it's gonna make someone happy. It's not gonna make them happy. Women are attracted to men with a fucking backbone. Okay, you've got to have self-confidence. You got to know where you're going in life. Okay, you got to be confident. Okay, because she's the one that's going to get emotional. She's the one that's going to fucking crack under pressure when the shit hits the fan and when life gets hard. You got to be the one that's got to be stoic. You got to be the one that's going to fucking take the shit. Okay, and steer the fucking ship. You see what I mean? That's what women find attractive. And you don't have to be a fucking millionaire or a famous movie star to have that, okay? Unfortunately, there are guys out there that do have those qualities, and unfortunately, they use those qualities for the wrong reasons. Okay, those are the alpha chats. Okay, now before you all women get all pissed off and start fucking thinking about all these guys that fall into those two categories, and you need to understand. Okay, I'm telling you this straight up. I don't want to fucking lie here. Okay, most men are not in one end of the spectrum, and they're not on the other end of the spectrum. Okay, they're somewhere in the middle. Most men you're gonna meet are gonna be in the middle. They're not gonna be all the way fucking total fucking asshole. They're not gonna be all the way fucking limp dick fucking soy boy. Okay, they're not gonna be like that. Okay, they're gonna be in the middle. Okay, some more one way, some more the other way. Those are typically the kind of men you're gonna meet. This movie does not deal with those men. This movie deals with the two opposites, okay? And both of them are toxic for you, okay? I'm the first one to admit, okay? I know I talk a lot of shit because I review a lot of rom-coms, a lot of fucking chick flicks here. I've reviewed every fucking episode of Sex and the City. If you want to watch the videos and think what a straight guy thinks about that fucking show, you're more than welcome to watch my videos. I do this shit for fun. I'm not monetized. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to ask you to fucking to subscribe if you don't want to. I'm not going to fucking ask you for money. I'm not trying to sell you a t-shirt, none of that fucking shit. I'm just telling you what a straight guy thinks about these things, all right? And I'm going to tell you this shit for free, okay? And I'm going to base it on my own life experiences. Okay, my own anecdotes, you could say, about life. And I'm going to try to explain to you why these men in this movie act the way they do. Okay, because I know a lot of women are always wondering, why do guys act that way? Why do you have to be that way? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you why. And you're going to find out, I think, the more you listen to me and the more you watch my videos, you're going to figure out that a lot of us are similar, okay? And women and men, we're similar, okay, in a lot more ways than you think. In a lot more ways. We have the same fears that you have. We have the same fucking dreams that you have. Okay, we just go about it in a different way. Okay, we deal with it in different ways. Okay, but it's still the same fears, it's still the same joys, the same everything. We just deal with it in different ways. So I really want you all to understand why, as opposed to my other videos where I'm always putting down women for being fucking stupid and believing this shit. Okay, instead of that, I'm actually going to explain to you why guys act this way, because there are really no movies that show men that are the protagonists that are both pieces of shit. Okay, throughout the entire movie. There is no good guy in this movie, okay? So there's not, okay? There's no good guy in this movie. There's no hero that's gonna fucking stop these guys and ride off into the sunset with the fucking nice girl at the end. It's not gonna fucking happen. This movie doesn't deal with that. This movie deals with two fucking people, two guys that are fucking just completely fucking wrong, okay, for you ladies. They're completely wrong. And I'll tell you another thing. Most of us guys, it's very hard for a man like me, or even most men in general, I think, to respect these guys, okay? Because unfortunately, we know guys like this. I know guys like this. Like both of these guys, unfortunately, I do. Okay, and I wish society would be more involved in the family system, the nuclear family, okay, and try to have kids raised by their mother and their father, okay, because that's what you need, okay? You know what happens to girls that grow up without a fucking dad, okay? You know what they end up doing? They end up fucking doing porn, is what they end up fucking doing, okay? Not all of them, but they're gonna end up on fucking dancing on a pole somewhere, okay? I know it's sad, and I know not every girl like that ends up on that pole, but almost every girl on that pole started out like without a dad, okay? Without their real dad, unfortunately, okay? And guys, I mean, the guys that are out there, I mean, they're being raised by their single mom. What the fuck is a single mom? How's she gonna fucking teach her son how to be a man? No, she's gonna tell her what she thinks a man should be. He needs to open doors, he needs to pay for the date, he needs to bring her flowers, okay? You know, and I'm sorry, but women, I know they love their sons and all that kind of freaking shit. I get that, they're doing the best they can. I'm not putting single moms down at all for how they raise their boys, but I'm telling you, this guy needs a male influence. He needs a male role model, okay? Because that shit is from your generation. The times have changed. That's not your son's generation, okay? And that shit you talk about, the flowers and the fucking open the door, okay? That shit fucking dries up a pussy so fucking fast, all right? I'm sorry that he's fucking, you're gonna, oh my God, your daughter-in-law is gonna fucking give birth to a fucking a baby that's not your son's. Okay, that's what's gonna fucking happen, unfortunately, okay? So let's stop that from happening. Let's show some fucking honesty here. That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I started this channel. I'm just trying to show you some honesty. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. And if you hate me for what I say, I don't give a shit. Okay, I'm still gonna fucking say it because people still need to hear. You might disagree with me. I don't care if you disagree with me. You don't have to fucking agree with me, okay? I'm just trying to point to you a different point of view so you can make a more informed decision. Just give you some things to think about. Okay, that's all I'm trying to do here. Okay, I'm not trying to fucking hate anybody or anything like that. And because I've spent so much time criticizing women in these, because I review chick flicks, okay? And let's face it, most chick flicks are bullshit. Okay, they are, okay? This time I'm gonna review a guy movie, okay? And this movie, unfortunately, shows men at their worst, okay? And that's what we're gonna talk about here, okay? Because I know a little bit about these guys like this, okay? Most of you have not seen them. I highly recommend you see this movie. I guarantee you're not gonna see any other movie like this. I've never seen a movie that dealt with this kind of stuff, that where the two protagonists, okay, are both pieces of shit, okay? And they're cheering themselves on. It's really good, but I don't want to spoil it for you, okay? In this review, I want you to watch it first and then watch this review, okay? Anyway, here we go. This is part 4 of my review of In the Company of Men. Now, where we left off last time, we have our two protagonists. Okay, we've got Chad. Yes, that's his real name, Chad. Okay, he's the alpha male dog. He's the asshole. That's the guy that your mom, ladies, that your mom warned you about. Okay, the alpha Chad. He fucks a lot of women. He's a liar. He's a manipulator. Okay, he bullies people. Okay, he talks shit behind their back. Okay, he's very rude. He's all those things that fucking that you know this the typical fucking bad guy from a rom com. Okay, the fucking Greg from fucking The Wedding Singer. Okay, the fucking Billy Zane character from Titanic. Okay, the fucking the Bradley Cooper character from Wedding Crashers. Okay, he's that guy. Okay, we all know that guy. Okay, he's always gets what's coming to him at the end. All right, that's always the guy that the nice guy has to win the girl over from. Okay, well that's basically what he is. Okay, he's a braggart. He's always complaining. He's chain smoking cigarettes like fucking crazy. Okay, everything is someone else's fault. It's never his fault. Okay, he passes the buck. He's a manipulator. Okay, he pretends to be all nice and charming just so he can get something from you. Okay, and that doesn't just mean women. That's everybody. Okay, so he's not the best guy in the world. Okay, he's a fucking terrible human being. But unfortunately, there is something that he has. He does have a positive quality, and that he's not fucking afraid. Okay, he's not afraid. He's not afraid of what people think of him. He doesn't give a shit what people think of him. Okay, and that is probably one of the most attractive qualities that a man or anyone in general can have. Okay, that means that people that don't give a shit what other people think about them are so confident in who they are that it doesn't matter what anyone says to them or anyone thinks about them because they already know what they think about themselves. And that's not going to change no matter what anybody says, okay? It's a very polarizing way to look at life, okay? But at the same time, at least he knows who he is, okay? And that alone is attractive to women. It is, okay? And the guys too, okay? Guys want to follow a guy like that, a guy that has no fear, a guy that fucking can has confidence in himself. This guy has positive qualities. He's just pointing it in the wrong direction because he's a malicious piece of shit. But unfortunately, because he's a good-looking guy, because he's an intelligent guy, he is a fucking narcissist. Oh, he's more than that. He's a fucking psychopath, okay? Because he has self-confidence and he's not afraid, that alone makes him attractive to women. You don't have to be a good guy to get laid, okay? You don't have to be a good guy to get laid. A lot of these guys out there, like the other guy, Howard, who's a beta male, he's more like, oh, I gotta be polite to her. I have to ask her out on a date. I have to bring her flowers, I have to meet her mom. I have to make sure my clothes are all nice and sharp, I have to compliment her on how beautiful she is. All these fucking beta male behavior, he's got to work up the courage to talk to a pretty girl, that kind of thing, okay? He thinks that because he was probably raised by a single mom. I mean, he's very close to his mom in this movie, Howard is. Okay, he's a pussy boy. He's got to talk to his mom about everything. He probably even lives at home, I bet. A guy like that thinks that if I'm a perfect gentleman, okay, that's going to make the woman horny for me, okay? And it's not. It's fucking not. So his idea that what a woman wants is a perfect gentleman, well, yeah, she wants that, but she wants more than that, too. She wants a guy with some fucking balls, and unfortunately, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have any balls. And to make it even worse, he pretends that he does. Okay, he acts like he's kind of an alpha male. He acts like, oh yeah, I fuck a lot of girls too, But he's like, oh yeah, every time I'm dating a woman, yeah, of course I'm always, oh yeah, I never call him back either. Yeah, of course not. No. He's like fucking Ralph Furley from fucking Three's Company, okay? This guy that acts all big, all swagger and shit, like he's some alpha Chad, and then he fucking starts pissing himself at the first sign of trouble. That's exactly what this guy Howard is, and unfortunately, there's a lot of guys like that. This guy's very book smart, but he's not socially, he has no social conscience, okay? He does not know how to interact with people. He doesn't feel comfortable around people. Doesn't feel comfortable around women, around even other men, because he's such a wimpy guy. He's skinny, he's short, he's got glasses, There's nothing about him that screams alpha male. Okay. Now, if this guy had a more confident personality, he would be great. He'd be perfect. He's already got the morals. Okay. All he needs is a fucking confidence. Well, he doesn't have any confidence. So it's naturally a guy like this is going to be more attracted to a guy like Chad, because Chad does have confidence despite all of his fucking negative qualities, all of his vices and shit. Okay. He does have confidence. Okay. That alone is enough. Okay, so of course, men that have no self-esteem are going to be attracted to a guy like Chad. They're going to want to hang out with a guy like Chad. Maybe some of that courage will rub off on them. And that's why they do it. That's why you never see bullies by themselves. There's always one alpha bully and then his fucking subordinates, his lackeys, his cronies, his posse, okay? His stooges, okay? His cohorts, that's why they're always traveling like gang. There's one guy in charge, and the other guys are all pussies. But if they all like follow the one guy, there's strength in numbers. You see what I mean? So of course, a narcissistic egomaniac like Chad was going to want that. He's going to want guys, that are weak-willed to follow him because they're going to do what he fucking says. He can push them around. He can bully them around. Okay, and that just ups his status. Okay, this guy doesn't walk in a room by himself. He walks in a room with guys that'll fucking do whatever the fuck he wants. Okay, that's attractive too to women. Okay, it shows power. It shows a social hierarchy. Okay, so that's exactly the kind of person that Howard is. He's a fucking limp dick fucking follower. He's not a leader, he's a follower. Okay, and right now it's pretty fucking obvious. If you know anything about psychology, it's pretty fucking obvious that Chad is being nice to Howard right now. So that because Howard is his supervisor, they went to college together, they know they work for the same company. Okay, so they've known each other for a long time. But Howard got this promotion above Chad, so Chad has a little bit of resentment here. So he decided, I'm gonna fucking manipulate Howard, my boss. I'm going to befriend him and act like he's an equal to me so that I can get what I want. And that's why he's doing it, okay? And because Chad is such a fucking piece of shit, he's going to try to bond with Howard. They decide, they both, Howard told him that his girlfriend dumped him. He's upset about it. So Chad said, well, my girlfriend dumped me too, and I'm upset about it, although he's really not, okay? You know, we shouldn't fucking take this shit from all these fucking third-wave feminist bullshit bitches out there that everybody fucking always feels sorry for them, and they always get picked just because they're a woman, and you know, all the basic fucking red pill fucking shit that's out there. A lot of fucking misogyny, yes. And he says, we need to do something about it. Let's find a girl, okay? And because they're going out of town for this project, they're starting up an office here in fucking Fort Wayne, Indiana. The movie never says that, but that's where it was filmed. Okay, they go to Fort Wayne, Indiana. The corporation they work for flew them out there to open up a new office. Okay, it's a 6-week project. When they're done, they got to fly back. Howard is in charge of the project, so he's leading a bunch of guys, and obviously Chad is one of his subordinates, okay? So while they're there on this business trip and living in a fucking hotel, okay, in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where they ain't fucking shit to do there, okay, they decide they're going to find a girl there, okay, and they're going to both take turns dating her. They're not going to tell her. They're going to act like they don't know each other, okay? And they're not going to tell her that they know about the other guy, okay? And they're going to manipulate her, okay? And they're going to try to get her to fall in love with both of them, or she's gonna pick one or whatever, okay? And then right when she's fucking in love with them, okay, they're gonna break her heart. They're gonna pull the rug out from under them, okay? And they're gonna do that as a blow against women for all the shit that women have done to them, okay? Now Chad obviously is the architect of this fucking plot, okay, but he's pushing Howard to go along with it, and Howard's like, oh, you know what? He's not really sure, but because he wants Chad's approval, he's gonna go along with it. All right, so that's what the movie's about. So they end up at this fucking office here, okay? They go to this fucking restaurant before they check in their hotel, and that's what they talk about. They talk about this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna find, they don't know what kind of girl it's gonna be yet. They make jokes about it. It's gonna be like a paralyzed girl, or it's gonna be some dog ugly girl, or some fucking corn-fed fucking bitch, you know, who will fucking come in her pants if you sharpen her pencil, okay? So they're looking for some unattractive girl so they can just fuck over, okay? I do not condone this. Is fucking terrible behavior. I would never condone this shit at all, okay? It's fucking terrible what they're doing, okay? But unfortunately, I'm not saying there's a lot of guys like this, okay? But sometimes, you know, our conversations amongst other men will go there, okay? But most of us have like a moral filter where we will not go. I've talked shit. Most of my guy friends have talked shit. We've talked shit together. But there's this unwritten rule amongst each other. There's a line that we do not cross. Okay, there's a line that we do not cross. Okay, I can talk shit with the best of the guys. Okay, I'm a fucking Marine for Christ's sake. Okay, I've had a lot of locker room conversations. I've fucking heard everything. Okay, but there is a line where I'm not gonna fucking cross. If someone starts talking about fucking about mistreating or abusing fucking disabled people, you know, like handicapped people or shit like that, where they start talking about doing things to underage people. Okay, I draw the line right there. I'm not gonna have that fucking conversation. Okay, I'm not gonna have that conversation. Okay, with anybody that starts talking about shit like that. All right, because there is a line I do not fucking cross. Okay, just like, you know, even when we're talking shit, we don't talk shit about our wives, we don't talk shit about our kids, we don't talk shit about our parents. Okay, obviously, why? Because we have respect for them, and we're not going to let anybody disrespect the people that are closest to us. Okay, it's just like an unwritten rule. Okay, well, this guy Chad has no filter like that. Okay, he doesn't give a shit. He'll make fun of anybody. He'll ridicule anyone. He'll disparage anybody, okay? That's the kind of piece of shit that he is, okay? So it goes down to, they talk about this, they go back to the hotel room, okay? And he makes a joke, okay? He says like, we only get the punchline, but I've heard the joke before. He says like, okay, he's like, why? He's like, because I wouldn't trust anything that bleeds for 3 days and doesn't die. Yes, I have heard that joke before. Obviously, he's a sexist, okay? He's making a sexist joke, okay? He tells, and Howard is not a sexist. Like I said, he's a kind of a nice guy. He just has no self-esteem, okay? But so he's trying to act like he does, and he's just like, oh, yeah, that's funny, okay? And they check into their fucking hotel room, and they decide, like, okay, so they're drunk now. They're like, okay, so Chad's like, okay, so you in? Howie, are you in? We're going to do this? We're going to fuck up some bitch? We're going to do this? He's like, yeah, fine. All right, yeah, let's hurt somebody, okay? He actually says it, let's hurt somebody. Okay, he's fun. He likes hurting people. All right. So then the movie tells us it's week one, the first week there, okay, and we meet Christine, okay? Christine is a very beautiful girl. She's played by an actress named Stacey Edwards. I know she did a lot of TV episodes and shit, but that's all I know her from. I've never seen her or anything else, okay? She's a very pretty girl. She's wearing headphones. Now, her character, Christine, is deaf, okay? She's a receptionist. She's a secretary. She's typing up stuff. She wears headphones so that people won't approach her. I don't know, but she is deaf. She cannot hear, okay? So anyway, Chad walks into her little cubicle there. Her back is to the door, so she cannot hear. She cannot see anybody walk in, and obviously she cannot hear them either. So they actually have to fucking get her attention for her to turn around and talk to them. Okay, I don't know why she does that. I mean, if I was deaf, okay, I would fucking be facing the door. That way I could sense the movement that someone just walked into my cubicle. But for some reason, her back is to the door. That's the way they position the desk, okay, that she's on, where she's typing. Chad meets her, okay. She takes off her headphones. She doesn't say anything. She watches him while he tells her what he wants. I need you to put mail this out, blah, blah, put a cover letter on it. Then he walks away, and then he comes back, and she's right at her back turned with her headphones on. He starts telling her, hey, listen, can you do this? And she's ignoring him. And he's like, hello, I'm talking to you. He's like, you fucking bitch. Then he walks out of there, right? He doesn't understand why she fucking is not, why he's not, talking to him, okay? He does not know that she's deaf, okay? But she doesn't answer him when he asks her a question, okay? So he gets pissed off. Okay, Howard, in his office there, okay? Now, the office building where Chad and Howard are working on is under construction, okay? There's painters there. There's drywall people there, okay? So the place is not even fucking set up yet, okay? They don't have, like, copy machines and shit like that, okay? Everything, they're still working on everything, okay? And all the characters there are all dressed the exact same. They're all wearing a white fucking Oxford shirt, a 90s tie, and some black pants, okay? That's what, a long sleeve with their cuffs are buttoned, okay? Every character's wearing that, right? All the colors are very muted. Okay, so everything's gray, white, and black. Okay, in this movie. Okay, and they do that for a reason. All right. There's a lot of fucking shots, camera shots from the ceiling looking down, like Citizen Kane or two-dimensional or whatever. Okay, so these weird angles that they use in this movie. We see Howard there in his office. Like I said, he's the supervisor in charge of this whole project. Okay, and he's yelling at someone on the phone. It kind of sounds like he's talking to someone about his business related, and then we find out he's actually talking to his mom. Okay, he's talking to his mom. His mom is calling him and saying that his ex-girlfriend Melanie, that he talked about in the earlier in the movie, that his girlfriend dumped him. She wanted to see other people. That she's been trying to get a hold of him, and he's been letting his mom answer all those calls. And then, he does not want to talk to her. Okay, so he talks to his mom. Okay, he talks to his mom. His mom handles his ex-girlfriends. Okay, that's the kind of man that fucking, if you want to call him a man, that Howard is. All right, so that's going on here. Okay, and he calls his ex-girlfriend Melanie a bitch on the phone. His mom chews him out for that. We don't hear what his mom says. We just see him talking to his mom, okay? And then, of course, once a co-worker walks into his office, he pretends that he was talking to someone from, like, one of the departments and shit. He doesn't want anybody to know that he was talking to his mom. He's yelling at his mom, all right? The next scene is Chad again. Chad meets another jerk named John, okay? He goes into this guy's, John's office. He's this guy, he's got the suspenders on. Otherwise, he's dressed just like fucking Chad. He's got glasses on, okay? So he's working at his fucking desk. Chad walks in there to talk to this guy. Now, this guy's kind of like a man's man as well, He's a guy that he can talk shit with. He's a friendly guy, Obviously, he's a straight guy. If you want to talk pussy, this is the kind of guy that he'll listen to you talk about pussy, because he'll add his own ideas about it, okay? That's the kind of guy that he is. So Chad feels confident talking shit with this guy, is what I'm trying to tell you. So Chad goes in there, okay? So the guy's kind of a jerk himself, okay? And they make small talk, okay? Chad wants to know why that girl in the office that he referred him to, was it, like, what is it about her that, she looked at me like I got shit stains on my tie. Like, what the fuck is up with that bitch she sent me to? I try and talk to her and she won't answer me. And she's looking at me like I got shit stains on my tie. What sort of fucking third wave feminist fucking bullshit is this? Who the fuck she thinks she is? A fucking goddess? Like, he says all this. Hey, at my worst, I've probably said things similar, okay? But for him, this is normal, okay? So he normally talks about women this way, all right? He's got balls, okay? But yeah, I mean, if there was an HR department in this movie, that's 1997. If there was an HR department in this movie, oh yeah, they would have gotten rid of him a long fucking time ago, right? The fact that he's saying this out loud, I mean, even if a girl overheard him saying that, like in the next office, or just walked by the hallway and heard that, how much fucking trouble you get in corporate America for shit like that? No, most guys know better, okay? They don't talk about this shit, all right? Not at work, all right? This movie's showing men at their worst, okay? That's what this movie does, all right? So he tells her this, and then the guy, John, tells her, well, she's deaf, okay? And then he kind of laughs about it, all right? And he turns, she's deaf, okay? And she wears headphones to hide it, okay? Okay, and then Chad tests it, like, are you fucking shitting me? She's deaf? He's like, yeah. He's like, no, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, all right. So Chad walks out of there and goes back to Christine's office, okay? And like I said, her back is to the fucking door, okay? She's never facing the door when anyone walks into her office, okay? So he's like, pokes his head, sees her there on the typewriter with her headphones on. He's like, you know, and he's like, hey! Real fucking loud. No response. She does not turn around, nothing. So he's just like, okay, and then he fucking walks out of there. Now, there was a woman in the next office, and she walks out of her office like, who the fuck was screaming? You know? So, yeah, so no, she really is deaf, okay? Now, when I saw that scene, yes, it was funny. It's not meant to be funny, but it was kind of funny that this piece of shit guy would do something like that, okay? He already knows she's deaf, okay? You don't fucking do that. Okay, that's like I said, I do not condone the actions of the men in this movie, all right? But it was a funny scene, okay? Like I said, I do not agree with it. This guy's a piece of shit. I'm going to say that throughout his entire review. I do not agree with what he does at all. Okay, but it was a funny scene, all right? So that happens here, okay? He goes back to talk to John, all right? Okay, he goes back to talk to John, okay? And so he gets all giddy and shit like I showed you, okay? And then so he goes back to talk to John, okay? And immediately he's like, holy shit, man, you're right. You're fucking right. And the other guy's like, yeah, I know. So now we're into serious asshole territory. I mean, we're already there, okay? But now we got two guys, okay? All right? And they start making fun of her. They start ridiculing her, okay? A handicapped person, okay? And that I do not agree with, okay? I actually got mad when I saw that, okay? Because that's not something I would ever do. Okay, that's the kind of shit you do when you're like in fucking 5th grade. Okay, before you're fucking old enough to know better. Okay, before you got your fucking before anyone put the belt to your ass. Okay, for doing shit like that. All right, like what happened to me. Okay, when I was a little kid. All right, it's back when you're little kids when you learn not to do shit like that, not to make fun of handicapped people. Okay, and yeah, but obviously this guy never learned his lesson. Okay, neither one of them did. So they're making fun of her. Okay, and that really did piss me off. It did. Okay, and Chaz is like, what? What do you gotta use to get her attention? Like what, a dog whistle? Just hearing me say that, it pisses me off. But I gotta review. I'm not gonna pretend this scene didn't fucking happen, okay? And I did not fucking make this movie, okay? I did not make this movie, okay? I'm not gonna pretend this scene didn't fucking happen, okay? This is probably one of the worst scenes in the whole fucking movie. Okay, it's just how nonchalant this piece of shit is about making fun of a fucking handicapped person. Okay, if this was me, if I was in there and I heard a guy like that, okay, I would probably fucking beat the shit out of him. I'd warn, hey, shut up about that before I fucking kick your ass. That's what I would do. Okay, but unfortunately, I wasn't in the fucking movie. Okay, it's not right what he's doing. Okay, and it kind of pisses me off. It kind of does. But at the same time, you know, like I said, what other fucking movie are you going to see where guys act this way and get away with it? You're not. You're not, okay? This movie has some balls to go there, okay? And this movie will definitely never come out in 2024. No fucking way. But then he does something that really fucking pissed me off. It pissed me off when I first saw it, okay? But he does it, okay? And if you're a juvenile, you know, if you're a fucking kid, if you're a fucking in 6th grade, you're probably going to find it funny. Okay, but he decides he's gonna fucking imitate what he thinks a fucking deaf woman sounds like when they talk, okay? I'm not gonna do it here because I'm not that much of an asshole that I'm gonna fucking do that, okay? I know people that are deaf and I would never disrespect them that way, but he does this imitation, okay? He starts saying that she sounds like a dolphin, okay? Like, what the fuck? Is it like talking to Flipper? Is that what it's like to hear her talk? You know, just like that, all right? You know, and then he starts imitating what he thinks of fucking a deaf one. I'm not going to do it here, but he really goes off at it, okay? He really goes like, wah! You know, making that face while he's doing it, okay? Like it's the funniest thing in the fucking world, dude. And right there, you know, if you really hated this guy before, like you really fucking hate him now. If you didn't hate him before, you hate him now, okay? So he's doing that. He's fucking imitating what he thinks a deaf woman would sound like, all right? Like fucking Flipper, like the fucking dolphin, all right? And then John, the other guy, says like, yeah, but you know what? She's kind of pretty though. She's kind of pretty, you know? And then Chad leaves, okay? He gets up, he goes like, okay. He says, I'm not going to do it like I said, but he says, see you later. But he says it like a dolphin would say it, okay? He says it like a dolphin would say it, okay? Like I said, the scene did piss me off, okay? But you know, it's in the movie. It's in the fucking movie, all right? So That should tell you a lot about Chad's moral compass. Okay, this guy's not redeemable. Okay, I know that sometimes people act like assholes. Okay, because they're having a bad day or someone pissed them off and they take it out on whoever is like in range. Okay, I can understand that. I've done that myself. Okay, this is not one of those guys. This is a guy that just had a momentary lapse. He lost his temper and he took it out on someone, and then now he's sorry about it. This guy's never sorry about the shit that he does at all. Okay, the fact that this guy's acting like a fucking 13-year-old bully, making fun of a fucking handicapped kid at school, and yet he's in his fucking 30s is pretty fucking sad. It's pretty fucking pathetic, all right? But that's the kind of man that he is, all right? But he's got confidence. All right, later on, Chad acts like all charming and shit. He goes up to Christine again. Now he's all sweet, gentle. Hello. Hey, I just want to tell you I'm so sorry about the way I acted before, when I handed you those papers. Oh, by the way, that is a lovely blouse you have on. It really is. My name's Chad. I work in marketing. That kind of thing, he's all nice and sweet. That's a testament to the acting, the acting talents of Aaron Eckhart. He's a great actor. I've seen him in other stuff. I've seen him in The Core. You saw him in The Dark Knight. The one with where Heath Ledger played the Joker. He was in that. He played Two-Face in that one. He played Harvey Dent. Okay, so you've seen him in a lot of stuff. I saw him in Thank You for Smoking, a movie about fucking the cigarette industry, that kind of thing. So he's a very good actor, and he really pulls it off. If you had not seen the scene before that, okay, then you would honestly think that he is a nice guy. He's a nice fucking charming guy, so he can pull that off real well. All right. He lowers his voice and stuff. His body language changes. His voice softens up and stuff. And he starts being like very attentive. He stands up straighter and stuff like that. Very polite to her. And he apologizes for being rude earlier. Okay, even though she does not know what he really fucking did behind her back. Okay, in the men's room, Chad compares Christine to John Merrick and calls her the elephant. I felt like I'm fucking talking to the Elephant Man. Okay, well, first of all, fucking his name was Joseph Merrick, not John Merrick. All right, but the Elephant Man. Okay, and meanwhile, this entire scene takes place with Howard in the shitter. He never gets out of the toilet. We never see his face. We see his feet. There, obviously, he's sitting down, taking a shit, but he never gets out of there. This entire conversation in the bathroom, in the men's room, is between Chad, who's next to the fucking sink. He did not wash his hands, but he's next to the sink and he's smoking a cigarette. And Howard is in the shitter with the door closed, and they're having this conversation. Okay, and Chad is telling him that Christine, he compares her to the fucking Elephant Man. All right, during the whole conversation. Okay. He's shit talking. Get it? In the bathroom. He's shit talking. All right. And like I said, Chad is chain smoking. Okay. And he starts to tell Howard that he's settled on this girl. This is the girl they're going to fuck over. Okay. She's perfect. She's absolutely perfect. This is exactly what we're looking for. Okay. And Howard is kind of starting to have second thoughts. Like, hey, I was drunk when I promised you I would help you fuck over a girl. He's having second thoughts, but Chad's like, oh, no, dude, I ain't doing this shit alone. I ain't doing this fucking shit alone. All right. It's no fun if you do it alone anyway. Okay, so that's what he's telling Howard. So he's goading Howard to get involved in this fucking stupid ass Machiavellian plot that he has to fuck over an innocent handicapped girl. Okay, yeah. So we're going to talk more about that in the next video. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.